Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video thing called the members of the patrons. Make sure to subscribe and let's get into it. So we have a new, it's just a sheet, right, of data recorded by Xabi with the data source and Kopani, which made this thing here. So yeah, pretty cool, man. Go give these guys a support because this is just amazing. It really is. These type of things, it really help us actually have like the the full information on the game, because not everybody, not everybody knows how to actually data mine. And this type of thing actually makes us kind of have a kind of an idea on things. We already did one video like this on the missiles and stuff, and this data sheet in particular is for the radars of the game. So we have a lot of interesting things here talking about radars. So we have even the older radars like the EPS-21 here, which is the radar on some of the F-104s, if I'm not mistaken. I don't even know what this is. I mean, what is that? But yeah, RP1, RP5, it's the radar on the LIM-5 and on the MiG-19, right? We have here some other radars, like airborne normal radars, as you see. So yeah, we have a lot of things here, man. A lot of things. So I just wanted to actually show to you guys this and have the information spread out a little bit and just compare some of the radars that we have here. So let's take a look on the air-based PD radars, for example. We have the most modern radars here that are in the game, for example, like the APG-66, the AWG-9, and even the N019, which is the radar on the MiG-29, right? So yeah, pretty cool. We have the PS-37, PS-46, the radar on the Vegans. We have where is it? This one? Thompson CSF RDI, I think it's called, radar on the Mirage, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, pretty cool, man. So for example, let's compare the APGs here with the MiG's radar. You can see one thing, the transceiver range here. Technically, it is the range on the radar, but it's not as simple actually, because depending on the size of the target, it can detect more than that. You can see it by here. High PRF mode, it says that it is 65 kilometers, the maximum range of the radar on the MiG-29, for example. But you know that you can actually detect the target past 80 kilometers if it's an F-14, for example. So yeah, another thing, transceiver power, basically the power of the radar. The three most powerful radars that we have in game are the AWG-9. Obviously, the AWG-9, it's the bigger radar as well. The smaller N019, and also the Thompson CSF right here, the Mirage radar. So yeah, pretty interesting. We have some other things that doesn't change too much. You can see the RCS. I don't know if this is something to do with detection or if it's the RCS of the radar itself, which is basically the size of the radar. It might be that, but I don't know. I really don't know. So yeah, elevation limits, as you see, you can compare to each other. You see that the APG-66 and the AWG-9, they are a little bit better than the MiG-29's one. The roll limit stabilization, do you have it or not? How much degrees per second the radar can actually sweep. This is actually an interesting feature. So as you see here, the MiG-29's one, it is pretty bad. It's almost half the amount of the other ones, which is one of the reasons why a lot of people dislike this radar. I don't know if this is realistic, but it is pretty bad. The cool part is that, for example, if we get ever get an AESA radar or a PESA radar, it will be basically like 1 second, or no, it would be like, I don't know, 360 degrees per second. I don't know, something crazy like that. Not one, obviously. So yeah, the fastest radar, as you see here, it is the AWG-9. Probably the power of the radar can actually help with that a little bit. or not, I don't know. This is one of the second ones, and it's not that good. But yeah. So post search properties, we see that the MIG doesn't have much info here. This is still work in progress, so don't mind that. Obviously it has AFF and it doesn't have ground clutter, or it does. I don't know exactly what this means. I know it doesn't because it is post Doppler. That's actually makes sense. So yeah, this is pulse search. This is normal search, okay? This is outside of pulse Doppler. And the MiG-29, it is the only radar that is fully pulse Doppler. So as you see, nothing here because of that. So very interesting, actually. Maximum range on that situation. It is funny that the APG 59, which is the radar on the F4J, has more range than the APG 66, even though it's a way more modern radar. But yeah, it's just the way that everything is, right? So yeah, pretty interesting actually. And we have then pulse track as well, the way that everything can be tracked or not. So yeah, pretty cool, right? Another information that we can see, the vegan radar, yeah, nothing too major here. Very similar to other ones. Post-op search properties, as you see here. So the way that it actually searches. So all of these radar use HDN PDV, which is basically high PRF, right? So yeah, you can actually use high PRF, all aspect pulse Doppler, the normal pulse Doppler, high PDV and high PRF, right? PD and PDV. And then we have the normal PD and also the PDN, HDN there. So it depends on the mode here. The minimum velocity for detection, apparently, this is what it's meant to be, if I'm not mistaken. So, for example, the APG 66 can actually detect a target at 30 meters per second, which is the best in the game. And the N019 here, I don't know exactly what this means. The minus, I have to actually think about this. Minus 900, I mean, it's kind of weird. And minus 150, so is it the minimum speed? Like, I don't know, it just feels like it is. I don't know exactly. It's kind of weird, actually. Maximum velocity, okay, the maximum velocity of the radar. Velocity wave, minimum distance. Okay, no problem. Maximum distance. Distance in meter, distance wave. IFF, yes, of course. Ground clutter, no ground clutter. One of the only radars, together with the APG 66. TWS obviously has it. Maximum target numbers, tracked 12, so it is a little bit inferior to the AUG 9, but it is a smaller radar as well. I don't know what this means, man. I thought it was like, for example, if it is less than 15 meters per second, it cannot detect anything. If the target it is, that is, but I don't know. Relative to you, it's always the matter, right? I think, but no, we're going to approach the target. I don't know exactly what this means, but it feels like one of the best ones in that sense. It is the APG 66. It feels like it is that. Oh, the medium PRF though, minus 900, feels a lot more than the other ones. I don't know, I really don't. Then pulse Doppler track property as well. We have some minimum velocities and maximum velocities here. I really don't understand what this means. I mean, you can tell me in the comments. I was really hoping that I would understand this so that I actually can say something, but it is kind of weird. And yeah, it even says most complicated radar in game. Of course it is. It's just this radar is completely crazy. But anyway, we have some others, like for example the Sapphire radars here. A funny little thing is that the Sapphire 23ML, MLA and MLA-2, in the game, they are the same radar, which is kind of sad, because in real life, these radars were different. The MLA-2 being a little bit better against clutter and ECCM, basically everything like that. In game, I don't know if I don't know if it matters too much, but still, you know what I mean, right? So yeah, maximum range, okay. MTI properties, 20 meters per second. I don't know exactly what this means, but still interesting. And then we have the normal radars here. For example, the Sapphire 21, the radar on the MiG-21. We have a lot of information on it. So yeah, very, very, it's filled with information that we can actually see to be, different or not. So as you see here, for example, we have the APG-78 of the Apache, and then RN01, which is the radar on the K-52, if I'm not mistaken. And you can see here, for example, the range on the ground mode, for example, the range on the normal air mode. So you can have a lot of information on radars so that you can actually compare them to each other. That's radar, one of the best radars, obviously APG-66 on the M247, always a good radar. What is the, maybe it's not done yet, but we have a lot, even ship radars, as you see here. So yeah, and then even the ranging radars. So a lot of information on this, so pretty interesting. I just wish I could understand what is happening in this one, on the sense of sensitivity, because I mean, minus 900 on medium PRF, does that mean that it can get to minus? I mean, does it mean that it's basically invulnerable to just notching, or this has nothing to do with notching? Maybe it's the velocity width that it has something to do with notching. I don't know. I really don't. Maybe I have to learn what these things are, man. I really don't. But maximum distance, well, doesn't matter too much. Make sure to leave it in the comments if you know what these things mean, and I will be reading. If it's worth it, I will make another video. But I just wanted to show to you guys and kind of give these guys, both of these guys, kind of a shout out with this thing. I will be leaving this thing in the post, basically on the Reddit, on the description. So go out there and basically comment there and give them an upvote as well on Reddit. Okay, guys. Anyway, pretty interesting, and I see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe, and bye, guys. See you.